So I'm thankful and appreciative of the questions that have been coming in. How do you ask questions if you're a new person coming to this channel? 650-283-8008. You're welcome. So let's say you're in CS 178 and you don't want to do reverse VC. Here are a slew of other things that me, Gary V, Tim Ferriss, Travis Kalanick, personal friends, Larry Chang, have concocted but have not executed. Why have we not executed, Larry? If reverse VC is such a great idea, why don't you do it? You love money. The problem is it doesn't scale. And it turns out nothing in this world scales. There's a blog post on that. Do things that don't scale. Everybody in CS problem. Every student will try to scale. VCs will ask you to scale. Solution. Do things that don't scale. That's not coming from Larry Chang. That's coming from Larry Chang's friend, Paul Graham. Do things that don't scale. Bitly. You know what? I'm not even going to give you a Bitly. I want to give you the core source HTML, which is www.paulgraham.com/DS as in don't scale. D as in doo-doo, S as in scale. paulgraham.com/ds.html. Do things that don't scale. This is the idea. Problem. 90% of CS 178 stuff will be completely useless. Completely useless. Is that politically incorrect? I don't know. No, it's actually not. It's actually politically correct because you will die an entrepreneurship death and then you'll fake like you never really tried very hard. Does this sound familiar? Problem, death, problem, bankruptcy, problem, CS 178 startups won't take off. This is the solution. You're welcome. AI for why a CS 178 startup will go bankrupt. AI stands for artificial intelligence, and it's a machine learning program where you can just plug into the Keith Rabois API. Keith like Keith Rabois, Rabois spelled R as in right, A-B as in boy, O-I-S. He's big into making sure that you don't go bankrupt with something that Keith Rabois and Larry Chang know that's to us intuitive, but to you counterintuitive. So if you could just not make 80% of the mistakes, you'll be rich. If rich offends you, you're that guy. The pronoun, my favorite pronoun, okay, is rich. Keith Rabois. Do you think Keith Rabois is still coding? Or actually, he sort of is coding, but he didn't code this app up, which you should. So anything that a CS 178 student says, such as, I don't know if it's gonna scale, then bam, it should be called just-in-time, just-in-con pun intended, just-in-time entrepreneurship education. Just-in-time entrepreneurship education for founders at CS 178. Let me repeat that because you've never rewound a video because you're currently multitasking on 7 screens. Just-in-time entrepreneurship education for CS 178 founders about to go bankrupt is strong, but that's what it is. But it's just-in-time entrepreneurship education for CS 178 founders about to pretend like they never started or pretend like they never did CS 178. This is also called artificial intelligence, ML, for mitigating mistakes that founders intuitively make, which is deadly. how are you going to execute this? You're going to, why is there not a pen here yet? You're going to need a hamster wheel, the back end. Where am I right now? I'm at 91 Rainy Street, where I'm doing Stanford University office hours poolside. Real, but virtually. If it offends you that I'm friends with Paul Graham, or that I mention Keith Rabois like I'm name dropping, it's not name dropping if you've never heard of him. It's not name dropping if you haven't heard of 75% of the people that I've mentioned. It's not name dropping if you maybe know of one of the 7 people in my movieography or filmography, because you guys don't read books. That's a bibliography. So if I were to say bibliography, you'd be like, Larry, I don't read good. I like to listen to it on audio tubes. Well, this is my bibliography, which is mentioning, citing, and sourcing where stuff came to from them to you, and you're welcome.